test-taking strategies for rational and irrational numbers today. Rational numbers are repeating, and irrational numbers are non-repeating decimals, and we'll get into what that means a little bit later. So here's our first example of a test question. We want to know which of the following is an irrational number. It looks like it's C, because pi is an irrational number that goes on and on and on and on and on forever without ever terminating. So a question like this would be real simple if you know that pi never terminates. Here we're looking for the set that includes only rational numbers. My strategy is always to look for irrational numbers and eliminate the choice. Excuse me, can't be choice A. It cannot be choice B because all of those radicals are non-terminating. Put them in a calculator and you'll figure that out for sure. So the square root of 51 we do not know. And it goes on and on to 7 point something 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 forever. So that would be irrational. Here we're looking for one irrational number. Again, we know that pi is irrational. And that should make this a very simple one. The rest of them either terminate or repeat, so they're all rational numbers. So knowing that pi is irrational really helps with this skill. Here we're looking for one irrational number. If you know the square root of a number, like the square root of 25 is 5, the square root of 16 is 4, and the square root of 4 is 2, then you punch that square root of 3 into your calculator and you'll see a very long, never repeating irrational number. Again, we're just looking for one irrational number, so which ones are rational? Eliminate those, and we'll be left with one choice. That one terminates, so it's rational. That one terminates, so it's rational. Choice C also terminates, so it's rational. Put choice D, again, in your calculator. Square root of 3 would never terminate. Okay. Understanding that when a number terminates, it's rational. Looking at 302 and 14/100ths, we can tell that it terminates. And of course is a rational number. And a few more to look at here. What type of number is the following? Negative 3/4. Certainly not an integer. It's not an irrational number because if you divided that, you would get a terminating decimal. And positive and negative fractions are rational numbers. It's a simple fraction. Okay, which one of these does not terminate? 2 certainly does. Negative 0.0005 certainly does. And the square root of 16 would be 4. But the square root of 2 would just go on and on and on and on forever and be irrational. A little bit trickier when you're supposed to choose 2 irrational numbers, but with some calculator work, this cubed root of 27 is 3, the cubed root of 8 is 2, and the cubed root of 1/8 is 1/2. Here they're trying to fool us with that pi symbol in choice A. Do not get fooled by that. Use your calculator for every choice and find 2 numbers that are irrational and do not terminate. You see that pi symbol in choice A, but pi minus pi would be 0. So when you take tests, please try not to get fooled by our silly little tricks. Here we're looking for the infinitely repeating digits. You simply need to know what that line means. And that tells us that the 26 repeats 26, 26, 26, 26, 26 infinitely. Same thing here, exact same skill. Just know that the line means that they repeat. So here the 6 and the 7 repeat. And our construction worker friend helps us with that one. I believe we have one more question to go over, and that will be today's lesson on test-taking strategies for stuff like this. This one's always confusing for kids. It says use the digits 0 through 9. That does not mean that there's only going to be one number underneath the 5. It could be 2 numbers or 3 numbers, but they're 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, or 7s. I would argue that it has to be bigger than 5 because 5 over 5 would be 1, and we're looking for a number that's a lot less than 1. So I would punch in some numbers, maybe 16, 17, 25, until I could finally find that 27 is the number in my calculator. 5 divided by 27 just gives me that 185 repeating, and I've found the answer I want. A little bit tricky there. Here you can pause it if you want to read all of this. This is important information about rational and irrational numbers, things that you are supposed to know heading into high school. Rational numbers terminate or repeat. Irrational numbers never terminate or repeat. Thanks for your attention. Have a great day.